Hi, Sonia.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
So, shall we start?
Yeah,
So, did you practice the things what I have given? What
yeah.
I said today, any questions on that? What I have said?
No, no, no. Everything is clear.
Everything is clear.
Yeah.
So, if you have any questions, please get back to me. Okay, let's sit together and resolve. Did you work on the Java? I mean, like string builder and string buffer?
Yeah, I just saw that. I thought I'll work it tonight. I thought I'll just go through the stuff which you taught me today so that if I have any doubts, I could get cleared.
Sure. I mean, like anyhow, I'm going to upload the videos in your, I mean, like somewhere, and I'll send you the link. Okay.
Okay. Can you upload like tomorrow, yesterday's video also?
I'm like I'm all going to upload all the videos. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Let me share the screen. And today it is like we have today we discussed about inheritance. We have discussed many concepts, am I right? Today,
Yeah.
what we discussed actually? Do you remember?
Yeah, we started from constructors
Okay,
and then we went to inheritance like single level, multi-level one.
okay,
Super keyword and this keyword,
okay,
and then we went to access specifier and we discussed all the types in that.
okay. We even discussed about abstraction also. That is a
Yes,
abstraction is a
access
quantitative specifier. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to talk about. I mean, like, do you have any questions on the morning classes?
No, 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 I'm good.
It's clear. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about polymorphism. Now I just want to ask you a question like, what is constructor chaining?
Sorry.
What is constructor chaining?
So when we create the child object, and from the child object, it invokes the parent details. So that is
Parent,
what is called as
parent,
construction.
parent from the child constructor, you are going to access parent constructor. Am I right?
Yeah,
Using super keyword.
yeah,
That is called as constructor changing. Okay,
yeah.
fine. I mean, like it should be clear. Okay, I'm going to write something like I'm going to pass you interview questions anyhow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now let's start concept called as polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Do you have any idea?
It's the same characteristics in different ways to
Yes.
present it. Yeah.
Okay. Poly in the sense many. Okay.
Hmm.
Morphism means
Morphing it. Uh,
yes, different
yeah, different.
ways or different behaviors. Okay.
Yeah.
So it means that an object behaving differently in different perspectives is called as polymorphism. Okay.
Okay.
This is called as polymorphism. Okay. Okay. Different perspectives called as polymorphism. So in polymorphism, we have two types of polymorphisms. Okay.
Okay.
Two types of polymorphism. Okay. Okay. One is static polymorphism. Second one is dynamic polymorphism. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Now let's see static polymorphism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Two or more methods with same name and different parameters is called as static polymorphism or okay static polymorphism. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
or method overloading. Okay,
Okay.
method overloading. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in static. Okay, method overloading. Method overloading. What is mean by overloading?
Uh, Giving something more than the limit.
Okay, that is called as method overloading. Okay,
Okay.
now let's see a program. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
file, new, Java project. Okay, I am giving it as method overloading. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
on next, click on finish. Okay, now I'm going to create a package now. From now onwards, today we discussed about package. I'm right. If
Yeah.
you are working on something, you have to create package first. Okay,
Okay.
package. Okay, org dot method overloading dot calculator. Okay,
Okay.
okay, click on finish. Okay, I have a new class called as calculator. Calculator. Okay, click
Mm-hmm.
on finish. What does my calculator method will do, class will do? It will add public int add. It will have int method, add method, which will add sum of two numbers. Okay,
Okay.
now if it I'm adding, if it is an int statement, what why it is showing error here? Can you guess?
Because I didn't put static void. I mean the main command.
No, it should have return statement.
Yeah.
Am I right? When you are
Yeah.
declaring,
Yeah.
it
I
should
have
have
to have the.
return statements. Okay, a
Yeah.
plus b. Okay, now this is adding of two numbers. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have I'm like there will be another method called as float method. Okay, add float. Okay, which will add sum of two float numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
it is showing error. Why?
Because we didn't specify the return.
Yes, return statement is mandatory. Return a plus b. Okay.
Hmm.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a main method. So I'm just forget about the main method. I am going to create a main class, another class called as main class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean like calculator main. Okay, with
Hmm.
main method. Okay, fine. Okay,
Okay.
before this polymorphism I just want to discuss a small topic called as earlier we thought that every Java class should have
Main method.
main method. Now I am changing my statement. Now I will say that it is not mandatory to have a main method for every Java project. Okay, I mean
That
like
was
every
we
Java class.
already discussed about this, the static block.
Okay, apart from static block I want to discuss one more thing. It
Okay.
is not mandatory to have main method for every Java class. Okay,
Okay.
but there should exist one main method, at least one main method for entire Java project. Earlier we said that at least there should have one main method in Java class. Now I am saying that for whole project at least one main method is required, and it is not mandatory to have a main method for Java class, not for every Java class. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
for my whole project I am going to have one main method, that is like calculator main. Okay, I'm going to create object for calculator class. Okay, what I'm going to do is calculator class. I'm going to create an object calculator space cal equal to new calculator. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I want to access which method? See, now I want to access called at add method. See, now add. There are two add methods. Am I right?
Yeah.
So the question comes here: two or more methods having same name but different parameters is called as
Okay.
method
Static.
method static polymorphism or method overloading. Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Okay. Okay.
but see, add method is same. One add method is doing operation of integer numbers, another add method is doing operation of float numbers. Am I right?
Yeah.
So one methods, two methods. Am I like
Mm-hmm.
method name is same but operations are different. Am I right?
Yeah.
means an object working in different perspective. Am I right? One way it is working as integer perspective, other way it is working as float adding perspective. Am I right?
Yeah.
It is called as polymorphism. Now what I do is I add up a plus b, like I'm assigning 10 and 20. Okay, it's 20f and 10f. Okay,
Okay.
what it is going to do, it is going to calculate float f equal to float result equal to, okay, cal of this one and this one. Now I'm going to print the result. Okay,
Okay.
result is printed. Okay, now run this. What it is going to display the result? It is going to display 30.0. Okay, what method it did accessed? It
Add.
accessed float method. Okay,
Yeah.
if suppose I have given if suppose I have given 10 comma 20. Okay, run. It is going to give 30.0. Okay, forget about this 30.0, because for example I want to change something in the calculator program. Now I want my float to be adding 3 numbers int c. Okay, a plus b plus c. Okay,
Okay.
now if I pass 2 numbers, what it is going to do? It is going to add sum of integer values. Am I right?
Yeah.
If I go past 3 numbers, what it is going to do?
It will do the float method.
Float method. It means that one method behaving in different forms. Am I right?
Yeah.
So this is called as polymorphism or static polymorphism. What it does is it is going to return the result. Okay, run the method. 30 will be the output. Okay.
Okay.
Else what I can do is like I can do something like, instead of c I can remove this c. Okay, and I can just calculate a plus b, and this is another approach. Okay, I mean, like earlier there was 2 parameters, now but I added 3 parameters. Now 10 plus 2, run this program, 30 will be the output. Okay, suppose it is like float. If it is like float and 10f and 20f. Okay,
Okay.
run this program. What it is going to give the result? 30.0. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it is going to compute the sum of
The 2 numbers.
2 float numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
this is called a static polymorphism. Okay, let me copy this code here in the playbook. Okay, here in the above program, 2 or more methods, I mean like 2 methods are having same name and different parameters. Okay, but they do same operation. What operation they are going to do? Some addition or something. Okay,
Yeah.
hence it is called as method overloading. Okay, in first case it is adding sum of integer numbers. So next case what it is going to do? It was overloaded. I mean like adding sum of float numbers. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is called overloading. And why it is called a static polymorphism? In the sense, after creation of object, okay, after creation of calculator object, during whenever I mean like then okay, this is the time we need to discuss about something like how Java program works. Okay,
Okay.
whenever I write a Java program, okay, Java program execution flow. Okay, whenever I write a Java program, okay, what it is, for example, we will write hello.java. Okay, Java, we write this hello.java program. Okay, whenever I run this program, like click on run and run, what it does is, okay, it will convert this hello.java program to hello dot class program. Okay, class file. Okay.
Okay.
So converting Java program to class file is called as compilation. Okay.
Okay.
Compile. Why it is compiling to class file in the sense? Because it has to be the code. I mean, like whatever the code that we have written is a machine readable format. Am I right? Not human readable format. Am I right? But this has to be readable by machine. Am I right? So this code, you are into E background. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So usually, if the machine has to read the language whatever we have written, then what it should be. If for microprocess we use like move commands. Am I right? Move add of A comma B with registers will do. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it has to convert into some machine format. Obviously, the microprocessor is the microprocessor and processors work in the same way. You know that. Am I right?
Yeah.
So what it will do? So when I add A plus B, what it do? Add A comma B. I mean, like this is the code that will be written in the dot class file. Okay.
Yeah.
That class file, whenever we say run, that will be get compiled, and that class file will be understand by Java JVM. JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Machine. It is small software which will run our program and give you a output. Okay, this is the flow of Java program. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why we call it as static polymorphism? Because after creation of objects, okay, the JVM will identify how to. I mean, like I have add method. I have two add methods. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Which add method I should call? How the machine will understand which Java method I should call?
By int or float while differentiating them.
Yes. Now, which parameter, which add method I should call? Can you say?
The float method.
Based upon the variables, based upon the parameters, it is going to recognize. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
In static polymorphism, you remember that static in the sense compilation. Okay.
Yeah.
In static polymorphism, okay, which method has to be loaded is defined based on the parameter types. Okay.
Okay.
Meter types and number of parameters also. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Okay. Now let's go. Number of parameters in sense. For example, if I have another add method, you think like there is another add method. Okay. Public double. Okay. Add. I'm taking like double A comma double B comma double C. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then I am going to return A plus B plus C. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are three add methods with different parameters. Now the add method is here. This add method is having three different parameters. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for example, if I given 10 comma 20 comma, already we have 20. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is like double. Okay. Now how it is going to identify based upon number of parameters and type of parameters. What is the type of parameters? Double.
Double.
Okay. For example, if you think that there is another variable for this int one, int a comma int b comma int c. Now which method it is going to call?
Double only because we have mentioned double.
It is
Double.
sure.
Yeah, because any which ways we have how it will follow in the int type.
No, I mean like this is going to return different result. First, what we do is let's do like type sysout. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is integer. Okay,
Okay.
integer add method. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now you see sysout. This is double add method. Okay, now
Okay.
let's see which is having high priority. Okay,
Okay.
let's run the program. Run the program. Okay, integer add method is called. Okay. If suppose if I give double, if I give double, which method is going to call? Run the program. Even that is calling integer method because the integer is having high priority. Okay.
How it has high priority? Is it like the board mass method?
It is not like a BODMAS method. The thing is like they have given that integer values will have high priority, then float values will have next priority. This is how they classified. Okay. For
Okay.
example, if it is having something float A, float B, I'm like you forget about it. If suppose there is no float method. Okay. Like I don't want to make it more confusion, but you just check removing the float methods and pass use the double and like that you check. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. You understood what is static polymorphism. Okay.
Yeah.
Method one. Static polymorphism is achieved in same class. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we go with dynamic polymorphism. Okay. Okay. Before going to define definition for dynamic polymorphism, I want to say about method overriding. Overriding. What is the meaning of overriding?
It's the same way. When there's more than the limit, then it's called overriding.
Can you please repeat?
Above the limit, then it's called the overriding.
Oh, we say that CD overriding. What does CD overriding means?
We are just copying something where it is already has information.
Okay, if there exists some content and you are going to override the values of that. Okay, that is called as overriding. So similarly, method overriding in the sense two or more methods with the same name. Okay, comma same type of parameters. Okay, same name, same type of parameters. Okay, in parent and child class is called as overriding. Okay.
Okay.
For example, okay, I'm going to say going to create new project. Okay, we have seen method overloading, file, new Java project called as method overriding. Okay, click on next, click on finish. Now let's create a package. New package called as org.method overriding. Okay, dot something like calculator. I will take the calculator. Okay, I'm like okay, calculator. Okay, we are do different like a basic calculator and advanced calculator. Basic calculator. Okay, okay, just in calc. Okay. Oh, method overriding, right? Let me take a best example like okay, just to give this name. Okay, finish. Okay, then in this I'm going to create a class, new class called as calculator. Okay, in this calculator class I will have only one method called as public public int add of int a comma int b. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to return a plus b. Okay, now I'm going to take another class, new class called as arithmetic calculator. Okay, 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 and what it does is it is going to extend, it is going to inherit from parent class. Okay, extends calculator. Okay, now you think that this arithmetic calculator is also having same method has calculator. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is public int add of int a comma int b. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Return a plus b. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's take a class, new class called as calculator main. I'm going to give, I mean like I use this main in order to separate state that it is a main class. Okay. It is, you can select this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like public static void main string aux, automatically it will come. Now this is, which is a parent class and which is a child class?
The calculator is child. Sorry, parent, and arithmetic calculator is child.
Now then I want to create object. For which class I need to create object?
For the child class, that is arithmetic calculator.
Arithmetic calculator. Okay. I'm going to say arithmetic calculator space calc equal to new arithmetic calculator. Okay. Then what I'm going to say, calc dot see add of 10 comma 50. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to store this result in int result equal to 10 comma 50. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to print the result. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And run the program, save, run. You got 60. So which calculator method, which add method did it call? Calculator add method or arithmetic calculator add method? Which calculator method you want it called?
Arithmetic calculator.
Why? Already I discussed about this concept. Can you say why?
Because in the priority ways int is higher,
So there also it is int, am I right, in calculator?
yeah. Mm, oh yeah, because in the main program we are calling for the child, so the whatever is there in the child, that is what will come first.
I mean like you are forgetting about the concept that I have said. It is using the inheritance concept. First it will go to the subclass and it will check whether this class is having any parent class. It will go there. Okay, and it will create object for the calculator class. It will come back and it will check what object it is calling, what method it is calling. It is calling add method. Okay, first it will go to arithmetic calculator, and it will check add method, and it will see whether the calculator class is having add method. If it is having the add method, in directly it will come to arithmetic calculator and it will override that method. See, this add method is overridden and the
Mhm.
result will be written over here. Okay.
Yeah. This is what I told in just in one statement.
But you mean like just I mean like in interview perspective, you have to be clear. Okay. I mean
Okay.
like okay, you have to be clear because they expect the same answer what I said. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. And so if suppose this I mean like this is called as, what is this called as? This is called as overriding. Okay.
Okay.
So you see here which method it will call, how it decide. Earlier in case of static polymorphism, based upon parameter types and number of parameters, it decide which method it called. Now how it decide which method to call? It is how it decides whether how it will decide whether I need to call from arithmetic calculator or how I need to I mean like whether I need to call from the calculator class. How it decides? It decides during runtime. I mean like when your program is showing output, then at that time it will decide. Am I right?
Yeah.
Earlier it was deciding during compile time. Am I right? It will
Yeah.
check in the class file, dot class file, and it will check, oh, this method I need to call. So it will call like that. But here, while running the program, while it is displaying, trying to display the output for us, then at
Mhm.
that point of time, it will check which method is called. How it will check? First, it will go to the calculator class, and it will. I mean, like, sorry. I mean, like,
Arithmetic calculator.
yeah, it is. Yes. First, it will go to arithmetic calculator class. Then it will check whether it is calling any. It is having any parent class. It
And
will go to the
then
parent class. It will call that. It will override the particular method, and it will display the output. Okay.
yeah.
This is called as dynamic polymorphism because the polymorphism is going to happen. I'm going to give the definition now. Okay.
Okay.
Here, the polymorphism is going to happen during runtime. Okay, runtime. Okay, then this is called as dynamic polymorphism. Okay.
Okay.
What is runtime in the sense? When you are going to display the output from compilation to running. Okay, that is called as runtime. Whenever you are trying to display the output. Okay,
Okay.
that is called as runtime. Okay, so let me copy the code whatever I have written. It will be easy for you. Okay. They will ask this question. Okay, in interview they are going to ask question, what is the difference between static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism? Okay.
Okay.
They'll ask what is method difference between method overloading and method overriding. These are also questions they are going to ask. Okay.
Okay.
So did you understood the concept whatever I said, or do you have any questions on this?
No, 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 I'm clear.
It's clear. Okay, now I am going to discuss another topic called as another main topic called as final. Okay. Final. Okay. Final. What is this final? Final is a keyword actually. Final is a keyword. Okay. Final is a keyword that can be used with classes, comma methods, comma variables. Okay. Let's see. Syntax. First, let's see with final with classes. Okay. Final classes cannot be inherited. Okay. For
Okay.
example, okay, what I did here is, I mean, like, let's see with the final, create a new project, file, new Java project. Okay. Final demo. Click on next. Click on finish. New package org.final demo. Okay. Now let me take two classes. One is like new class called as parent. Okay. And parent is having something like public okay, int height. Okay.
Okay.
Equal to 6. Okay. Another called class called as child class. Okay. Child will inherit from parent. Okay. Parent. Okay. Is this okay? Now you see that parent class values will be accessed in child class. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now I don't want my parent class to be inherited by some other classes. I don't want the child class to inherit my parent class.
Okay.
Or not only child class, I don't want my parent class to be inherited by any other classes. Then what I do is simply I say that I will add final. When I use this final keyword here, okay, there this class, parent class, cannot be inherited by any other classes in your project. You can see you are going to see an error. Am I right? The type child cannot be subclass of the final class parent. It means that if you use a final keyword, then that class cannot be overridden. Sorry, it cannot be inherited. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the above program, parent class is a final class. So it cannot be inherited by the child class. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? Am I right? Any questions?
No, no, okay.
Now final with methods. Okay. Methods. Okay. If you want to understand with final with methods, Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you need to go over polymorphism. Okay,
Okay.
if you don't want your method to be overridden by subclasses, okay, then we use final with methods. Okay,
Okay.
final with methods. Let's see the program, previous program. Let's go and see in the previous program. Okay, go to the previous program. I mean, like, let me wipe out this code. I mean, like, okay, I just want to remove this. Let's go to the method overriding. So my calculator is having add method, and arithmetic calculator is having add method. Am I right? I
Yeah.
don't want my calculator add method to be overridden. Okay. Simply
Okay.
what I do is I just put final here.
Oh, okay.
See? In arithmetic calculator, it is saying showing error. Why? Cannot override the final method. Okay. Cannot override the final method because in calculator class we define this method as final. Okay.
Okay.
Let me copy paste. So here final method cannot be overridden. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Sure. Now let's see with final with variables. Okay. Final with variables. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I'm going to do is let's like just wipe all these things. Okay. Okay. I have child class final demo and I have parent class. In my parent class I have variable called as height. Okay. I'm making this variable as final. Okay. Before this what I do is uh, I'll create a main class. I mean, like in child class, I'll do one thing. Okay, I'll write a method. Public void my height. Okay, I'm creating method. Okay, now I can access my parent class method values. Am I right? I can access my parent class values. Height I can access. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because child is extending parent class. So what I'm going to do is height. Height is 12. Just I'm making some value. Height equal to 12. Okay. Here I'm able to change the value. Height equal to 12. Sys out height. My height is okay.
Okay.
My height is, this is child side. I'm just overriding the value. Okay. Height. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to create a main class. New class. Okay. Final main. Okay. With public static void main string args. Recon finish. Simply what I do is I create object for child class. Am I right?
Yeah.
Child space ch equal to new child. Okay. Ch dot my height. What could be the height of the person now? We have overridden and it will be like 12. Am I right? My height is 12. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is in parent class, I'm going to make the changes. I'm going to make this value as final. Okay. If you put the final variable, then this value cannot be changed anywhere in the project. Okay.
Yeah.
This value cannot be changed anywhere in the project. Okay. That is called as final variable. Okay.
Yeah.
Final variables are like constants. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot change the values of final variables. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see in the program what it is saying. In child class is showing some error. See, the final field parameter height cannot be assigned. It means that it cannot be modified. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
When we initialized final for methods, also we did public final int add only, right?
Yes.
So how can I differentiate between methods and variables in this case?
See, if I declare final beside method, okay, for example, I have some, if you think that there are, I mean, like, let's go to the previous overriding method. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In calculator, calculator we have a public int add. In arithmetic calculator we have a public int add. Okay. If
Yeah.
I add final beside method, okay. See, this is method. Add is a method. We are adding final keyword. Then this is will be a call. This is called as final method. Am I right?
Yeah.
So this method cannot be overridden. Okay. Similarly, if you have a variable like this, parent, this height is a variable. Am I right?
Yeah.
So if you add final with this variable, that is called as final variable. This is what you are expecting, or what exactly?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, I just had a doubt. How can I differentiate between method and the variable when I'm using the final keyword?
So the method syntax will be different. Am I right?
Yeah.
Method syntax will be different. Okay. Method syntax will be like add with some parameters which are optional with flower braces. Am I right?
Yeah.
But variable syntax is completely different.
Yeah. I got it.
Yes. So this is the difference between final variable and final method. Okay.
Okay.
Today we have, like, just in this class we covered the concept called polymorphism. We have got static polymorphism and we have dynamic polymorphism. In static polymorphism we have seen method overloading, and dynamic polymorphism we have method overriding, and we have seen the final keyword with methods, final keyword with classes, final keyword with variables. Okay. When we use, what is the purpose of final keyword with class? Can you answer?
When we use a final keyword, it can't be inherited by the classes.
Okay.
So that we can't like override them in any subclasses.
Okay, final with methods. That is final with methods. If you use final keyword with classes, we cannot inherit. If you use final keyword with method, we cannot override. If you use final keyword with variable, what it means?
It can't be modified.
The value cannot be modified. Okay, you got it. What is difference between method overloading and method overriding? The question is for you. Okay.
Yeah. The method overloading is that it can be. It can be achieved only when we compile the whole program. But in overriding, it can be compiled while in the run method itself.
Okay.
Both has same name with different types of parameters.
No. You see that method overloading will have same name but different parameters, but method overriding will have same name with the same parameters.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Method overloading is done in the same class and method overriding is done in subclasses.
Can you please repeat that?
Method overloading is done in the same class. Did you see that method overloading? I mean, like method overloading. Let's go to method overloading. Method overloading is done in same class. Am I right?
Yeah.
Add method. And when method overriding is done in parent class and subclasses. Okay. Is it clear for you?
Yeah.
Method overloading is a static polymorphism. Method overriding is a dynamic polymorphism. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. But the day I just want to close. I mean, like, I just don't want to give you a lot of inputs. Okay. So please go through all the things, whatever I said. I'm going to send the documentation and I'm going to upload the videos also. I will upload the videos and I will send you the links. Okay. Please verify. I mean, like, it's almost 9 here. Okay. Okay. Then I'm just closing the session. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.